I watched the podcast this week, and I don't want to say no names because one, I don't want to speak on the dead ill badly, but this NBA player went on a podcast and started talking about another NBA player who's deceased, and just basically slandering his name, and he talking about some I don't know talking about girls or something, some girls that he had and something. And I'm going, man, I, I'm starting to realize as I watch a lot of these podcasts with NBA guys on it, there's a lot of bitches in the NBA, a lot. Man, they be telling stories that are just old and like, but you're throwing people under the bus that can't defend themselves, and for what? For some clicks, for some likes? I'm like, if you're in an NBA locker room, NFL locker room, NHL, Major League Baseball, if you're a comedian, you're on the road. We got stories, we got them, but why would you want to share that and throw somebody under the bus that's is doing nothing to you? This guy was talking about somebody dead, and I've seen other guys. I've seen other guy. I don't want to name no names, but I've seen other guys on other podcasts just talking about stuff they saw another guy do with a girl, and I'm just going, bro, that shit you take to the grave with you. You don't. We are women aren't the bitches. Men are the bitches. We are the biggest bitches on the planet, and the NBA guys are the worst. Not all. I don't want to say all. I got a lot of cool NBA friends, but not most, but quite a few. Bitch, I understand if you're a rookie and you're 19 and you say something like the Russell. What was it? D'Angelo Russell, when he talked about Swaggy P and Iggy Azalea. That was just young, dumb, 19 years old. Okay, you get a pass. He didn't know any better. You could tell in that when he even did it, he was asking questions like, "Oh my God, what's she like?" You could tell there was no malicious intent. It was almost innocent, and I think he probably felt like shit after he did it. But these retired NBA players talking about stuff. Yeah, I'm just like anybody. I'm a sports fan. I'm interested in the story. I'm interested in the behind the curtain stories. But to slander another man's name that can't defend himself, and I'm just going, and I've seen it a couple times. And I saw Steven Jackson. He commented on it. And I just feel like, we all got stories. I'll give you an example without naming any names. A friend of mine in the entertainment business, his girl was calling, and he asked to borrow my phone, and we were on the road together for a while. He asked to borrow my phone. I gave him my phone. He called his girl. Then his girl, for the rest of the weekend, start calling me looking for him. Hey, have you seen so and so? Have you seen so and so? And I'm just going, what? Why is she calling my phone? And then finally, I just told her, I said, listen, I'm just gonna be blunt with you. This is like the fourth time you called, and she's calling like in the middle of the night. So clearly, I don't know what the relationship is. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if he's out or the phone's on Do Not Disturb. I don't know. But she's calling me because clearly there's some insecurities there. She's looking for him, and she's trying to get information out of me. And I just finally told her, I said, listen, I'm just going to be blunt with you. He could be fucking another girl in my room in the bed right next to me, and I wouldn't say a word. Let me tell you how smooth his girlfriend was. His girlfriend goes, see, that's why you're a good friend, Gary. I thought she was going to be snapping on me. I was like, oh, you good. You good. But it's just an example, like, that's just not what we do as dudes. You don't tell another man or tell what another man did or what you saw, especially that happened in the locker room when you was on the same team, on the same show, working on the same set. You just don't do shit like that. And the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, God, fuck bitches, man. It happened to me in my divorce. I've talked about it. my old opener, you know, just threw me completely under the bus. And that's, I think, that's why, as a comedian, you have to be careful who's on the road with you. And that's like, sometimes I'll get messages from younger comics and they'll ask me like, hey, can I do a guest spot? Or can I be on the show with you? And this is just all the younger comics out there, man. Sometimes it's not that we don't want to give opportunity and stuff like that. Sometimes it's, you got to be careful who's in your circle. And it doesn't mean like cheating. I don't want people to think it's just like cheating and wild. I mean, anything. There's comedians that do drugs. There's comedians that might be, I'm keto, but they're sneaking a piece of pizza in. Like, you know? I mean, I've had things like that happen. Like, guys just, they'll comment on everything I'm eating. I'm going, you're getting on my nerves right now. You're getting on my nerves. And then, so you got to be careful. That's why I understand why Kevin keeps the same crew on the road with him. I completely get it. Like Marlon said, he keeps the family dynamics tight. They work with each other because they know they got each other's back. They're not going to be throwing each other under the bus when things don't go right. Because I think, especially with the opener that I had, who will remain nameless forever, the way he just threw me completely under the bus. I'm like, man, all the money I put in your pockets over the years, all the money, all the opportunities, the rooms I put you in. I mean, this guy was, you know, hanging out with Jamie Foxx because of me, hanging out with LeBron because of me, Dwayne Wade because of me. And I put him in rooms with icons that, hey, if they would have gave you work, hey, great. I'm not the guy like, nah, I need to be put on too with him. Nah, if this guy would have met Jamie and Jamie and him clicked and Jamie put him in a movie or Jamie did a project with him, I'm the guy, like, because I know there's enough for everybody. It's like this. Last weekend, my one of my openers, I got three guys right now I'm using, right? One of them, his name's T-Robe out of Pittsburgh. Well, Russell Peters came to Pittsburgh last week, and I linked them together because T-Robe called me and said, hey, Russell's coming, and both of those guys smoke cigars, and I knew their personalities would click, and so, and Pittsburgh's got one of the best cigar bars in the country, Burn by Rocky Patel, so I knew they would click. So he said, Russell's coming, and I've always said to him, I said, man, you and Russell like each other, and they met once. Me and T-Row saw Russell in, what's the Orange County one? Irvine Improv. We saw him in Irvine. And they met once, but I knew they would click. Sure enough, Russell comes to town. I link him. T-Row and Russ hang out all weekend. And like smoking cigars, just talking shit, everything. And now they're cool. And like Russ even said, hey, you know, I might use you in the future on some gigs. And T-Row called me just saying, hey, man, thanks. He goes, you know, Russ was real cool, paid me a little extra than what I was supposed to get paid because T-Row opened for him this weekend. And so it was just one of them things where, like, I told T-Row, he goes, yeah, but I got to look at your schedule, Gary. I said, no. If you can make more money or have a different experience, go do it. I'll never stand in the way of somebody making more money. I said, so if Russ offers you a gig that pays you more than what you was going to get paid working with me, I said, take it. I said, I'm never going to stand somebody's way from making money or just opportunities. Like Russ has a huge fan base overseas. I said, T, can you imagine if he asked you to go overseas with him? That'd be so dope. I'd be living vicariously through them through pictures. So it's just an example of like, when people are good and are good to you, I go, pay it forward, man. I know this. There's enough for everybody out there. I learned that. I learned that about probably 10 to 12 years ago.